Well, everybody, let's take a look at a TikTok video where the banner says right wing Christians are delusional AF about child trafficking. I have not seen the video at all yet, but with a title like that, there's no way that this is going to be one sided and biased at all. Roll the clip.
So the Christians made a movie for QAnon fans called Sound of Freedom.
Well, that's 100% false. The movie originally was acquired by 20th Century Fox. It got acquired by Disney, and Disney said, nope, we cannot have this movie come out. So they released the rights to the movie. So it's not even a Christian movie. Just because it's produced by a Christian film company does not mean it's a Christian movie. But go on. Oh, and it didn't even have anything to do with QAnon because this happened 5 years ago before QAnon was even a thing. But proceed.
And I swear to God, everybody that loves this movie is just a kitty lover that's projecting.
Ooh, really? That is some massive projection, buddy. So what about Mama Tot, who's one of the most beloved creators on this app?
I don't know where this controversy is coming from for this movie, Sound of Freedom, but there should be zero controversy around this movie. Everybody and anybody, like my 20-year-old son Cole just called me and said, Mom, don't forget, you got to go see this movie. I'm going tomorrow. Yeah, I know I got to. Because if you think this isn't very real, you need to wake up, okay? Because it is happening every second in our country and around the world, all right? You cannot sugarcoat and pretend that all of us and our children live in this little bubble and nothing like this could ever happen to you. My son was murdered. Don't ever think something cannot happen to your family because it can, okay?
Is she a kitty lover that's projecting? Sir? You disgusting human being?
It is the fastest growing international crime network that the world has ever seen. It has already passed the illegal arms trade, and soon it's going to pass the drug trade.
The fact that you are getting exasperated and annoyed by this is repulsive. I don't care how the movie's shot. I don't care what style they put the trailer in. I don't care. Maybe they did this so that people will pay attention. But I don't care as long as it gets the message of child trafficking across to people, because I have met people who've gone through this nonsense.
Because you can sell a bag of cocaine one time to child 5 to 10 times a day. God's children are not for sale.
God's children are not for sale. How the fuck did you make a movie about child trafficking and write the main character as DHS? Like you fucking might as well have made him a Catholic priest.
Well, seeing as this is based on a man's real life story and the events of his life, yeah. He just happens to be a Christian. This is bringing up the events of very real things that happen. And the fact that you're laughing and mocking this simply because he said God's children are not for sale. Any atheist, any pagan, any other belief system of that nature would agree with that statement, even if they don't believe in a God. Why is this funny to you? Seriously. Why? Oh, and to bring up the Catholic priest argument, I'll bet you're the same type of person to go, there's no child trafficking or no pedophilia happening in the LGBT community. That's all just made up nonsense. Probably the same person. See, where we can call out the bad that happens in the church, and we do. We really do. You guys can't call out the bad that happens in your group, or any of your groups for that matter. And you think that just because Christians make the film, they should automatically be pointing the finger at themselves. Interesting how much of a take that is.
My stomach is getting sick as I'm reading this. I read this every day. It's the woke left agenda. I'm not saying that they're colluding or talking. It doesn't matter. It's the same dark source. And they are pedophiles are sitting back right now going, we've been pushing this agenda for decades. And now we don't have to push anymore because the left is taking care of it for us in America. In America!
You right-wing asshats didn't give two shits about separating thousands of kids from their families, shoving them in cages, and letting Trump's Border Patrol grape them for fucking years.
I'm no Trump supporter, and I'm not here to make things political, but Let's not forget the fact that it was Obama who built the cages and did all that stuff first, but you guys seem to want to ignore that little fact now, don't you? Now, you brought up the politics. I'm just giving the truth.
And then losing them, but now all of a sudden, like, we have a Democratic president. It's like, oh yeah, the woke left is trying to, like, groom your kids. Fuck out of here.
With this real wild plot that involves, drinking the blood of children and things like that.
No, he doesn't hide it at all. And you have a lot of people who are in this world of QAnon who say, oh, they don't know what that is. They've never heard of it. They're just asking questions. With somebody like Jim Caviezel, he is openly embracing it. He's openly using its catchphrases and its concepts. He's speaking at QAnon conventions. And this film is being marketed to either specific QAnon believers or to people who believe all of the same tenets as QAnon, but claim they don't know what it is.
I was gonna end the video there, but I'm still fucking amazed at the sheer delusion of you Christians pointing the finger at trans and gay people all the time when your pastors are on the news every fucking day for raping. That was 3 days ago. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, my pastor has never been on the news for doing that to kids. My pastor would probably be on the news for harming somebody who did that to children. But he's never been on the news for doing that to kids. So, yeah, you might be thinking about somebody else's pastor. And isn't it also interesting that a lot of the things that happen within the churches happen with LGBT people? Because a lot of times it's pastors who whittle their way into positions of power, and then they go after both the men and the women, the boys and the girls. So wouldn't that technically be considered LGBT in and of itself? Just pointing that out there. Dude with a political agenda and a deep hatred for Christians.
Like I still can't fucking get over it. You see this lady behind me? Her name's Kristen B. Her entire account is dedicated to finding pastors that grape their youth groups. Like, she's not even done with the Southern Baptists yet. She never fucking runs out of content. Every fucking day she's got a video.
Okay, and thank God for her. Truly, I believe that. Thank God for her. But then you get mad at other people for doing the same thing with the LGBT. When they find out actual proof of the LGBT causing harm to kids, you guys point the finger at us, laugh at us, say we're wrong, we're bigots, we're homophobic, even though a lot of those people that call out the LGBT are LGBT themselves. See, I can appreciate someone like her for calling out the nastiness that happens within religious circles. People that get a little bit of power and then use that power to do nefarious, disgusting deeds. But you want to pretend that it only happens within the Christian circle, because whenever we point it at you, the finger at you, you're like, well, you should check out the churches. A lot of the people that call you guys out aren't even Christians. And you say, well, look at the Catholic Church. Get a new argument.
Like, forget the church for a second. You want to talk about child trafficking? Do you know what the Police Explorers program is? Yeah, like, you don't believe anything I say? If you have a cop friend and he has a kid, ask him, hey, would you let your daughter or son join the Police Explorers program? Watch their reaction. Like, fucking, like, it's insane. Like, the cops quite literally have a network to traffic kids, and they've been sued thousands of times, and you're over here, like, making a movie about how the woke left is fucking indoctrinating your children. It's fucking insane.
No, it's full-blown insanity is the fact that you took this time to take a movie that's addressing a very real issue and is documenting the life of an actual person. Because this is based on a true story. This is a true story. So it's on the life of a real person. So you can push your political agenda. Now, you didn't show any evidence about the Police Explorer program. But if it's true, then that's wrong. And it needs to be taken down. And the church, of course, the evil that happens within the church needs to be taken down as well. I'm a Christian. I fully agree with that. But you seem to always want to dodge the elephant in the room whenever it's pointed out, and that's the LGBT. You always want to think that the LGBT is this Fabergé egg that can do no wrong and doesn't harm kids at all, even though they're literally pushing sexuality onto children. You see, you guys want to point the finger at the Christians, at the cops, and all this other stuff. And yes, that should be pointed out. But you always ignore when we call you out. And it's not just Christians that call out the LGBT. It's not just, it's not even just conservative Republicans that call out the nastiness that happens on the left. There was a woman who said that she was liberal. She was liberal AF, and she was happy that that this movie got released. So it's even liberals that are happy that this movie is out there. But you want to laugh and you want to belittle it and you want to mock it? There must be some skeletons in your closet, buddy. I don't know for a fact, but there must be. Because it's very weird that there are a lot of people in your comment section thanking you and praising you for saying the things that you did, when all you did was push a political agenda. You know what? I don't care what political side you're on. I don't care if you're a conservative or a liberal. I don't care if you're a Christian or not Christian. My one and only thing is, if you're harming children, regardless of who you are a pile of what's it? Poop, garbage, rubbish. I don't care who you are. But if you're somebody that laughs at any mention of trafficking that happens, then I have a lot of questions to ask you. Have the day you deserve.